the problem of abuse being covered up or children being more trusting of biological parents.
So that could be the case. I was just talking when you were saying like children could come out later and discuss abuse rates or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's true. But one way that you could compensate for that is to have longevity in your study following these same people and then getting back with them 20 years later or whatever so that you could make these determinations. So that would be one way that you could compensate for that.
And it might still not fully compensate for it, though, if that person still is more trusting of their biological parent.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fully get rid of that
I don't disagree. I was just saying that here there is some things that you could do. But I agree, right? But I would say that a meta-analysis, multiple meta-analysis, that would at least be something you'd look at.
I want to make it clear, the claim that I'm disputing isn't necessarily that step-parents don't abuse their children more than biological parents do. That could be very well true. But what I'm saying is, when we do have an issue finding that out, we have an issue of children trusting their biological parents more. But we also have the issue of sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm really thirsty. That might be a good time for a break, but we do have that methodological issue. Over time, it doesn't really get rid of it, though, if children still trust their biological parents more. And it could be the case like parents are covering it up for the other parent, whereas they wouldn't cover it up for like a new spouse or something like that. Or they might cover it up to keep the family together. That could also be a case that I would say would cause a lot of issues collecting that type of data.
Okay.
And those reasons the abuse might still not outweigh the type of harm done to the person staying with the person they don't want to be with.
All right.
Andrew, you get to stay just while the chats come through,
of course.
and then I'll go over some other things just for a little smoke break.
Sure.
Firstly, I'm going to let some of these chats come through. Guys, if you do want to get a chat in at this moment, you can do so via streamlabs.com/whatever. Read is $100 and up. One quick question for you, and some people in the chat were commenting. Are the glasses prescription?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
They are casting a bit of a glare.
A glare? Oh, my bad.
So if you can.
I don't know. Maybe if I need to clean them or something?
No, I think it's just the natural glare.
Sure, yeah, they are prescription.
Okay, so you do
will be blind, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then keep them on. All right, I'm going to let the chats come through. We have...
KK1213 donated $100. Are the glasses functional or are they intended to make you seem more intelligent? Because the latter ain't working. Sorry, missed the last streams. Had to work.
We all got to work, man.
Yeah, no, they're totally fake. I'm just wearing them to look intelligent.
Thank you, KK. We have Lucas here. He says your incitement of violence argument against the Confederate flag is garbage. You're conveniently omitting the part that use of the flag has to be directed to inciting imminent violence. Continued, where he says, just one moment, while we're waiting for his second one to come up, where he writes, in other words, the use of the flag has to be intended for the purpose of violence, and the violence has to be imminent, that is, right away. See Brandenburg v. Ohio, and, oh, by the way, I'm a lawyer. I don't know if you want to respond to that, or... I
mean, there's not much to respond to. I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that just
sure.
isn't clear.
Okay. Oh. It is
Clay donated $200.
Thank you, Clay.
Pretty sure you could have paid a tree to make her same argument. All hail xenomorphs. Andrew, I owe you a bottle of red breast having to deal with this. She does not even understand the arguments.
She's done better than most of them come on. What do you like? She's done pretty good.
We have Ogle here.
She's at least engaging. She's only done the tone policing a couple times. So, that's pretty good.
And thank you, Clay, for that. Ogle coming in here. Thank you, Ogle.
Ogle_glue.net donated $200. A+ debate tonight.
See? Ogle likes it.
The guest for once is giving Andrew some strong opposition and can keep up with him intellectually. One question, do champagne pop donos work in the debate series? Half bottle each.
I'll leave it up to the two panelists.
Yeah, send in the champagne pop. She doesn't have to have any, but I'll drink enough for the both of us.
Do you want some champagne if
sure.
they pop the ball for us? Okay, Ogle, that's very kind of you, Ogle.
Appreciate it.
And Ogle, we do have the regular champagne bottle option, and we do have the ETH champagne bottle option for a bottle of Cristal. So those are the two options available. We have Super Korean here, and he writes, don't vegans have a moral obligation to not only exterminate all invasive species, lionfish, python species, feral hogs, etc., but consume them to prevent them from destroying native species? And you're a vegan, right? So
yeah. That's a position some vegans take. That's not a position I hold to.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for the chats. Andrew, if you want to take your smoke
Yeah,
break,
take a quick smoke.
and I'll go over a couple things,
Okay.
and just while you're gone smoking. So, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the debate, and you want to ask a question, you can do so at streamlabs.com/whatever. Read is $100 and up. Also, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, like the video, please. And those of you watching on YouTube, if you could do us a massive favor, go to twitch.tv/whatever if you have an account over there, and drop us a follow. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, check if you have a Prime sub available. If you've never done that before, through Twitch and through Amazon, you can link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, and it becomes a really a quick, free, easy way to support the show every single month. And you can also drop a Prime sub even when we're not live. So if you're watching this back on another platform and you want to support the show, you can drop a Prime sub even when we're not live. That's twitch.tv/whatever. Also, guys, very important, discord.gg/whatever. Andrew, who just stepped out for a smoke break on our last stream, was attacked. He was assaulted. You could even say he might have been battered, depending on your examination of criminal statutes in the state of California. So that's our Discord, discord.gg/whatever. You'll note there we had a individual in the red dress there. She walked up menacingly, very menacingly, walked up to Andrew Wilson, got in his face, shoved his chair. It was probably, maybe there's a criminal act there. I don't know. I got the behind the scenes POV from my cell phone. She proceeded to refuse to leave after we asked her repeatedly. I had to trespass her. The police called us. It was a whole thing. She proceeded to say some very unsavory things to me and Andrew behind the scenes that weren't caught on our live stream. So if you're interested, you can join discord.gg/whatever. We've got a really fantastic community over there, post a bunch of cool stuff. But if you do want to see that behind the scenes clip, the POV that I took of the attack on Andrew and the kick out, you can join our Discord. That's discord.gg/whatever. And yeah, that was pretty wild. I'm going to be also posting a different angle of it. We have security cameras all over the studio that'll kind of capture a better angle of the push or the shove towards Andrew. So I'm probably going to get that posted either tonight or tomorrow, the security camera footage of the attack on Andrew Wilson by that individual. So be sure to check that out. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, you can go to debateuniversity.com. It's a course on how you too can learn how to become a master debater, like our two debaters here. They're both master debaters, and they're fantastic at it, and they do it all the time, sometimes multiple times a day. Also, if you guys are enjoying the stream, sorry, did you want to? Yeah, the restroom just over there and to your left. Andrew's almost done with his cigarette. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream and you want 100% of your contribution, do I look sunburned? What is going on? I don't know. It's something with our lighting. I'm not this red, I promise. If you're enjoying the stream and you want to support the show so we can continue, we flew Ann out there to come do this debate. If you want to see more debates, you want to support the show, you can do so also via Venmo and Cash App. 100% of your contribution will go towards the podcast and facilitate us and enable us to continue doing these kinds of debates. I'm going to shout some of you out if any of you want to get any in right now who have sent in. So via Cash App, Colin sent in 15. Thank you. MC Rocker, thank you for the 12. Camden, thank you for the 10. He says, please tell Andrew what's up. Anthony, thank you for the 5. And Carlos, thank you for the 20 via Cash App. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And that is Whatever Pod on Venmo and Cash App. Like I said, so YouTube takes 30% if you send in a super chat. If you send in 100, they're taking 30, leaving us with some quick maths here. 70. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's how. It just had a It's been the quick maths. It's been a while since I took algebra. So yeah, you can do so through Venmo and Cash App. We'll shout you guys out at various intervals. KA, thank for the membership. Ray, thank for the membership. We do have our panelists rejoining us at this moment, so do appreciate it, guys. Last reminder, guys, like the video, and also if you want to send in a Streamlabs message, that's streamlabs.com/whatever, $100 and up. $100 and up. Oh wait, holy crap, wait. One moment, guys. Lucas, he says, to the gal's credit, she's no dummy, just young and misguided. What is your professional background? Are you in law school, ? A lawyer?
I mean, I'm flattered that you think I'm in law school. I wish.
Psychologist.
I'd probably make a lot more money if I was in law school.
And then apparently, hold on, Ogle is saying.
Ogle_blue.
Wow, he did send in the Ethereum.
Jesus.
Okay, we're gonna pop a ball of crystal.
Your
Nice.
good
Wow.
entertainment
Okay.
tonight. Checketh address, Brian.
All right, guys. W's in the guys. Can we get some W's in the chat for Ogle? He's been a longtime supporter. This show is viewer supported. We wouldn't be able to do the show without the very generous patronage of our viewers. So big thank you to Ogle, guys. W's in the chat
And send
for
in
Ogle.
the super chats. Send in the super chats.
And we
That's what
have,
makes
I
it
think
possible.
we have, if you really want to see Andrew just obliterated, tanked, and blasted.
Well, I do got to fly out tomorrow, bro.
Well, perfect.
Same.
But there's the other champagne pop option too. So, okay, Ogle, thank you so much again. I'm going to get that sorted. And these are some Twitch subs coming through, guys, again, if you want. That's twitch.tv/whatever for those. I'm going to get that bottle going. So, guys, do you want to continue on feminism, or would you like to switch to, we have the body count discussion
Yeah, we can
and the
move.
abortion.
Yeah, let's move. We'll move the topic.
Do you have a preference on abortion or body count, or just
We'll do body count
We'll do
first.
body count.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Anne, it's kind of your position. Do you want to go for it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, when we look at people's happiness in their relationships versus like the comparison with the amount of people that they've had intimate relationships with, there tends to be a lot of variation in the long-term happiness or success of a relationship.
You talking marriages?
I'm sorry?
You mean like marriages?
I believe the last time I looked at the statistics, it was looking at people who were in marriages. So on the lower end of the spectrum, if you tended to have less bodies, and I believe the number is somewhere between like 1 to 3, you tended to have less successful marriages. And then as those numbers kind of get up a little bit and a little bit, those are where you kind of, it stabilizes, you get like more happy, more successful marriages or relationships. And don't cite me on the marriages thing. It could just be relationships. It's been a while since I've looked at that data. But then on the other end, where you get into the, the higher numbers, what people would call more extreme numbers, more, more promiscuous people, their marriages also tend to be less happy. So on both ends of the extremes, you tend to have less happy marriages. And then somewhere in the middle, you tend to have, more happier marriages or relationships. Those relationships are more successful.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with what you're citing. I think, now, again, don't quote me either because we don't have the data in front of us, but
Right.
I believe that this was based around marriage. And now, you're not talking about Pew. You're talking about, I think there's a specific study on that. I just can't think of what it is. I'm sure we could pull it up or have Brian pull it up. But did this account for secular versus non-secular marriages?
For what? Sorry, what was the word?
Secular versus non-secular. So like religious marriages versus non-religious.
I wouldn't know. We'd have to look at the data.
Yeah,
Because once
so
again, I'm not even sure if they were talking about marriages.
Well, can we agree that at least according to modern data and including Pew Research did a bunch on this as well, that people who are in highly religious marriages, they tend to divorce less than people who are not in highly religious marriages.
Sure. Yeah. There might be factors that account for that. Like maybe it's looked down upon in their culture to get divorced, even if you're going through something difficult like abuse. Because just to get clear on this, you think that people who are being abused should leave their partner, right?
Depending on severity, not necessarily the first order. but if there's, depending on severity.
Do you think that people who are being physically abused should leave their partners?
Again, it would
Same answer?
It would depend on severity.